that sun is really shining. How are we doing? You joined me on the 11th of October, and from my very glamorous bedroom. So a lot has changed. I have decided to move the bed that was in here upstairs to my tenant's room, just so that room is set up. I look like a bit of a squatter in my own home, but that'll have to do for now. We had a bit of a productive day yesterday. Thankfully, I had my good friend Alex come round and he helped so freaking much. But we went to IKEA also, which was somewhat unsuccessful, unfortunately. We initially went to get a mattress and a bed for myself. However, when we went down to collect all the bits and pieces, we were then informed that none of the things that we actually wanted was in stock. So I was going to get a cupboard, a bed, underbed storage and the mattress, and they all were out of stock until like the end of November. So I was like, great, I'm gonna be on my bedroom floor for the next few months. But then what can you do? I'd rather wait and have the bed that I want and the style that I want and the aesthetic that I want, you know. I'd rather just wait a little. It's not a little, it's about 2 months, but it will come when it will come, and that'll be fine. What else did we do? Oh my goodness, so what we also did, my battery's flashing red, that's not good. We had to get my sofa that was in the kitchen up to my living room, and it's too wide to fit up the stairs. We tried on 3 different occasions and it wasn't happening. We thought, is it something to do with physics? It wasn't, it just wasn't gonna fucking fit. But what we ended up having to do, I'm not gonna show outside my room because I don't really want to show outside where I live. We had to hoist the sofa from the outside up to my balcony. I don't know how that happened, but there was a lot of anxiety occurring at that moment. But long story short, the sofa is no longer in my kitchen and it is in my lounge finally. But if I turn a little bit more, yeah, it is. And my battery died and I only have 1 battery, so I can't replace it. But as I was saying, this place is still a jungle of furniture, but this is just going to be dumping ground because, like, thankfully I have enough rooms to do everything else, and it's not bad, kind of. And then downstairs, the progress with the lounge, it just looks a lot more clear. It's very basic. I'm still undecided about that cabinet. Gonna take those down as well at some point, change the lights. It's just, we've got space now. Granted, over here that all needs to go, that's all tools and bits and pieces, but it's just, there's somewhere to sit. Like, it's not pretty, that door color is just killing me, but it's a room. It's a room. And in the kitchen I actually have, well, that's my desk that I bought from IKEA yesterday, which I need to take upstairs, but I can't do it on my own. But I've got bits and pieces now and somewhat of a functional, livable space, which is always good. I got some pillows for the sofa, for the chairs as well, to try and make it feel a little bit more homely. Yeah, just started getting bits and pieces sorted. So yeah, last night was my first night. Gosh, I look like Hermione Granger, my word. Obviously I washed my hair last night. I'm a very naturally wavy girl. I straighten my hair and that's probably why it's so damaged. Anyway, besides the point, last night was my first night here. I live here now. And it was such a mad day as well because I rushed and ran in to try and get any sort of food because all the supermarkets were closed. Ran into Aldi and it had like 2 minutes left and they were shouting at me saying it's illegal for you to buy products after 4:30. I was like, I need food. So it wasn't as straightforward, but I've got to do another big shop on Wednesday, hopefully, when my dad is able to take me, just so I can get everything in, and probably too much, just so I've got stock, so then the shops I can do independently will be fine. And yeah, I've got a full day of university and work today, hence why I've been up and fiddling and pottering around relatively early. I have lectures, and then I've got a 9-hour shift, which I'm fine about. I'm just not ever worked that long in this job. And it's just because it closes at, because it finishes at 9, and buses are a bit shit after that time. And then my appetite, I've got to be in the campus for nearly 12 hours, and I'm a hungry gal. So I didn't have the opportunity to buy enough food yesterday because I was being shouted at by the staff in Cardiff Bay Aldi as I was running out of IKEA. So we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. It's probably information that doesn't really matter, but these are the worries that I have. Food. As you can see, I now have somewhat of a functional lounge. Thankfully, my father has worked absolute wonders. I've been in university practically all day, and I've come to an empty lounge, and the fireplace is finally gone. I now have a hole in my wall, hence why I've relatively strategically placed this cabinet here, because if you pull this back, I don't know if you can see there, that is a hole. So to kind of block the breeze that I was getting from the outside, I've just strategically placed that for now. You can kind of see my sofa in its full glory now. So this is what we got from Facebook Marketplace. It's got cute little legs, and it's this just really lovely kind of classic. Oh, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. I spent last night on it yesterday watching Bake Off on my Wi-Fi hotspot on my laptop on channel 4. So that was a very wonderful evening. But look how much space I have. Oh my goodness. So all the carpets are industrially cleaned now. So hopefully soon enough I'll be able to get some paint on these walls. Obviously replaster this because that's a bit of a situation. And then I'll be able to finally redo the flooring, but again, that's not going to be immediate. Not that this is interesting information, but on Wednesday next week I have Sky coming around to implement my broadband, so hopefully then I can get the TV up and sorted. I'll probably move the sofa here and put the TV there, but there's enough space in here to kind of figure out the configuration. But yeah, I'm also very tempted to purchase a piano, like a digital piano, possibly to go over there. I love playing piano, and I haven't been able to bring mine here, so I may get myself one, just because it's so important for my mental health and mental well-being, just to have that creativity. So yeah, finally this room is looking extremely empty and clear and functional. Yay! Not that this is hugely house related either, but I just wanted to kind of document for myself, because I kind of had like one of the best days in university today, and quite a transformative realization in a sense that I feel like I'm coming to the point in my life where I'm really discovering myself and discovering my ambitions and my ethos, and you know, what I want to be and my ambitions, and figuring out the way that I want to progress academically. I have a huge interest within athlete well-being and athlete psychology, and you know, the elite culture of sport, and how, you know, athletes respond to that in terms of mental health, in terms of disordered eating, in terms of body image. Obviously through my podcast creation, this year I did a 9-part series on athlete well-being, which was hugely successful after I collaborated with British Athletics for Eating Disorder Awareness Week. So I've been really manifesting and really delving myself into this topic, and it's getting acknowledged and appreciated by my lecturers and, you know, our personal tutors, and you know, the conversation of dissertations is starting to arise, and their interest is arising also. So it's fun to know that academically, and it's just incredible to know that everything that I've done on social media, just from an organic, authentic perspective of my intrigue, of my, you know, hobby in sharing and my hobby in creating content, is now migrating with my university work and academic work, and how it is extremely facilitative in terms of the way that I'm going to progress academically if I end up doing a master's, if I end up doing a PhD, and if I end up, you know, wanting to publish, you know, whatever in the future. How I've really genuinely started a lot of great conversations with some great people that have really lit this fire within me in terms of the topic that I want to go down. And yeah, I just feel like second year of university now, there's still a lot of restrictions, but we are able to go on campus twice a week, and I'm totally optimizing on those occasions and just trying to network as much as possible, and it's totally paying off because I'm forming some incredible relationships. I'm finally able to walk around the campus and know faces and say hi, and people actually know me for my face rather than my initial on Microsoft Teams. And it's mad to think, because I actually vlogged my first day of university when it started, and I didn't upload it because this was why. I wasn't a happy gal in the slightest. I got extremely overwhelmed very quickly. I just kind of told myself that I was incapable of doing this. So a little bit of self-belief goes a long way, and a little bit of perseverance certainly goes a long way, just because I had no confidence in my capabilities. And fast forward only two and a half weeks, I've got the acknowledgement and respect and almost excitement from lecturers who are really interested in my external work and what I've been doing outside of university, and how I'm able to kind of bring it all together now, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's just a quick little sign-off message, just to kind of combine all these video clips together, but also kind of just say how grateful I am and how lucky I am, and how, you know, pleased that I'm starting to see elements of my life starting to come together. You know, even this house project, in terms of how everything is starting to come together. You know, granted, there's still so much work to do and probably won't be able to be finished by 2023, 2024, you know, seeing how I want to renovate a lot of different rooms. But it's the process, and it's exciting, and I feel grateful, and I'm happy. You know, I now have friends, I now have good people around me. You know, not only in the gym, not only in university. I just feel good. Granted, you know, I have my waves, and depression still sucks every now and then, and anxiety and panic attacks still are very real, but I know I have these moments where I feel like content. So I just wanted to capture this for my future self. If you ever feel overwhelmed, you will cry in the SU every now and then. You will think that you're infiltrating your lifestyle with too many things, and you know, these high standards and these expectations you apply upon yourself are too overwhelming sometimes to grasp, but you can overcome it. You will overcome it. So that's for me to me, but also for me to you, to know that you will do it. Life can get overwhelming sometimes, but just one step at a time. Yeah, that's me anyway. That's a 5-minute ramble, and I'm terribly sorry about that, but yeah, just to know that things I feel are starting to make sense, thankfully. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video series of homeware, and I'll talk to you in the next video.